Good morning, friends. Happy Monday. Here's your Monday Minute. Today I have Shayne with us. Shayne is one of our counselors here at Mayfield, and I really wanted to invite Shayne to continue the conversation about the topic of codependence. And Rita and Jan did an earlier episode with me, kind of laying the foundations of what it looks like to be potentially codependent, some ways that we can identify that in ourselves. And so I just kind of wanted to kick the question to Shayne, like, now what? If I know that I'm codependent, now what?
One of the things I would tell folks is to take an honest inventory of the relationship. Okay. Is it going towards negative ways? Am I taking on more of what the other person is doing and what they're feeling, what they're thinking, and their actions? And then after that, take responsibility. Own your thoughts, own your feelings, own your actions, and then come to a place in where you can retire from owning other people's stuff. And then beyond that, go ahead and seek professional help when necessary, because a lot of times we need support. A lot of times we need to have a different perspective on how to continue in the relationship, or if some things need to be changed and adjusted.
Sure. And I think so often when we find ourselves in a codependent relationship, it feels pretty normal, maybe because that was modeled for us, right. Or it's what we've always known. And so I think having that third party in to kind of point out, hey, this might not be that healthy, this might not be normal, that can be really helpful for us to kind of shift our view.
Absolutely.
To identify those things that we need to take ownership of and that we need to change. And then I think the other thing that I really loved that you shared about was considering how that is affecting your relationship. And it made me think about the concept of our codependent tendencies don't just affect us. They affect others. Our kiddos, they affect our friends, they affect our family members. They affect so many other people than just ourselves. And so when we do this work, I think it is so much more powerful than just changing our own lives, but we're actually affecting and changing things for other people in our circles as well. And I think that's can be a pretty empowering thing when we realize how far our reach really does go.
Absolutely. Those connections are very, very important. And so taking that knowledge to do these certain changes will not just help you, not just help the relationship you're in, but it'll also help the other relationships that are around you in positive ways.
How would you share with people when we're talking about taking responsibility for our actions? Do you have any thoughts on some good kind of dipping your toe in the water type things for people to do as they're taking responsibility for their behaviors when it comes to codependence?
Super practical is one would be taking time away, first of all. Not necessarily taking a time out on the relationship, but just get some alone time, just yourself, because we want to be able to focus inward. Two, as you're considering these things in some alone time, consider what individuals in your life are supportive, positive people, family members, friends that know you, that love you. And then be able to go ahead and get their input, get their thoughts, get what they feel, get what they've seen. There'll be another set of eyes to be able to help you to gather this information and consider ways ahead.
Yeah, I think feedback is so helpful in that regard, again, because as codependents often are, they don't like to look at themselves, and they don't like to kind of acknowledge their needs or their shortcomings. And so I think it can be really challenging to receive some of that feedback.
Absolutely.
But I think it's really, really important for us to gain that feedback in order to know what we need to shift and maybe what we need to take responsibility of. So even figuring out what we're responsible for can be such a process before we even get to the place of taking that responsibility.
Absolutely. Another thing that comes to mind is journaling. Now, I know we have in this profession a lot of times that, the counselor will continually say, journal this. But the reality is that when we journal our thoughts and our feelings about what's going on in our lives, we can go ahead and take some time as we're doing so and then look back and see what language that we've put forth and see how we reacted to certain situations. It tends to show us a different perspective from our own minds as to how we're doing. And we can see different cues from that as well.
Absolutely. Okay, so I want to leave our viewers with a little piece of hope, because I think this topic is really heavy, and I think it can sort of feel daunting, especially for somebody who is recognizing their own codependence or the fact that they are in a codependent relationship. So is there hope for these people? Can they change? Can we grow? Can we become healthy? Can we become balanced?
Oh, absolutely. The hope and where I would give is absolutely what you were just saying, that we can change, we can grow. We're ever changing, ever growing every day. And in that, with new thoughts and new feelings and with careful consideration, we can continually change and grow for the better, grow for the positive, and see what's going on and make changes. So this is not a dead end by any means of the imagination. In fact, if anything, this can be the start of a better relationship for yourself as well as for the people that you love.
Yeah, that's so good. That's so good. So friends, I really want to challenge you to consider the things that Shayne and I have been talking about. If you're recognizing that maybe you are in a codependent relationship or you're finding codependence within yourself, take some time, like Shayne said, to journal and just recognize kind of what's going on inside of you. And then if you can take that next step of taking responsibility, having some conversations with some safe people in your life, getting some feedback, and just sort of discovering what's inside of you. Notice it, acknowledge it, and see what comes up for you. So I hope you guys enjoy your week. Get yourselves to Friday, enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday.
See you.